Today we're going to be comparing the Razer Naga V2 Pro to the previous Razer Naga Pro. So on the surface you can see there is no scroll wheel lighting anymore. All the buttons are exactly the same. The logo is exactly the same. The top is exactly the same. Or so it would appear. The connectors are micro USB and the new Type-C. And this is the entire selling point of the mouse, basically. The Type-C cable does not have any perforations or cutouts or anything. It's just a standard Type-C cable. There's nothing proprietary about it. Maybe some kind of connection crap that they're doing. I don't know yet. So far, pretty good. Hopefully it works with every single USB. But the cable is a bungee style cable. I feel like it's similar to its older, or Razer's older cables. The older cable, the Naga Pro cable, is just very thin. It feels good. The new bungee cable feels like it's probably going to fray and catch on everything. Hopefully not. The scroll wheel on the Naga Pro feels cheap compared to the new scroll wheel. It's hard to explain, but essentially it just feels like there's something actually stopping it, and that's something we're going to get into in a second. So, compatibility, or backwards compatibility and repairability, is basically harder, so to say. Like, this panel does not fit with this panel, technically, or physically, actually. The USB on the Naga Pro slots in from the side here, or top down, whatever. The V2 has a different slot-in style. Slots in like that. And the previous generation does not stick in with that USB plugged in. Whereas the new one does. And if we look at it, we can see that there are two different cutouts for the USB, which is whatever. But even with the USB removed, the older panels will snap on perfectly, except it doesn't. It actually sticks out here and leaves a gap here. Unless you file this down, you're not going to be able to use that. Sort of. Scroll wheel functionality is pretty interesting. There is something in here adjusting the tension of the mouse. I don't know how exactly to say that, but there is a way that you can completely disable it, and it will smooth scroll. And there are other settings that you can add, which will adjust how you can scroll it, as well as one that will sort of let you click once, do that. You know, that's a small little stepping, and then you just have free reign as you go faster. And the standard one is just constantly slow stepping it. Alright guys, so now we're going to look at the software. It has been a few hours since I plugged it in and rebooted. Synapse did automatically update when I have automatic updates disabled. You don't have the 4000 hyperpolling because that doesn't come in the box. You have to buy it separately, along with the wireless charger and wireless charging puck. If we go to scrolling, this is the new thing that they've added. So if I go to standard, it feels like it does out of the box. It feels really good. It makes the Naga scroll wheel feel cheap, which is interesting. If we go to distinct, it feels, I don't know, very distinct. It's hard to explain. It slows down the scrolling. There is something inside the mouse that is actually adjusting the scrolling. Ultrafine is very grainy. Adaptive is the one that I like. It's pretty much standard, but once you start scrolling fast, it loosens up. And smooth scroll is literally like a car without brakes. There's nothing stopping it, which is interesting. Browser detection, I'm pretty sure that's going to be really good for some people. The scroll acceleration is only enabled in smooth scroll. It'll let you scroll even faster, I guess. It does not activate on anything else. Lighting is exactly the same, but as previously mentioned, there's no lighting on the scroll wheel anymore, probably due to these new features. Calibration, typical Razer stuff, and power is typical Razer stuff as well. Right guys, so this is the end of the video. I don't plan to make any more content like this. I primarily make Binacle related content, custom Lego compatible parts, as well as 3D models of replica parts, and just general custom designs. If you're interested in that, I have a store where I sell 3D printed parts. So anyone who's a Binacle fan, you might enjoy that. And I make a ton of Binacle related content, so subscribe here, follow me on Twitter, and join my Discord.